I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I will also share my screen. So let's see here. All right. So here we go. So parents, I am so excited to have you here. Mrs. Cooksey, am I still frozen? We're good? Okay. Okay, so I am Dr. Molman. I'm the principal here at Concord. This is actually going to be my 24th year in education. I started out teaching with many of our teachers at Concord over back at Truman Elementary. And then our assistant principal is Mrs. Liz Koitzer, and she also started teaching with me way back in the day. And I'll now introduce our kindergarten teachers for next year. And if they just want to maybe give a wave, I'm not sure if you probably can't even see all of them with all the people in the Zoom, but we have Mrs. Peggy Cooksey, Mrs. Jean Madrid, Mrs. Jessica Gearsey, and Mrs. Elise Schoeffel, and they are our kindergarten teachers. And really tonight, our goal is to just kind of share with you some of the faces that you'll see. Typically, what we like to do during this presentation is to allow you to just kind of see some of the faces that you'll encounter at Concord, and then also get a tour of the school. But unfortunately, because of silly COVID, we're not allowing families into the building right now. So we are going to kind of give you a virtual tour just so that you kind of know what to expect when we hit kindergarten and some things that are going on over the summer. So these faces are the lovely faces of our front office staff, Miss Debbie and Miss Jill, and they will help you with anything you need. So you can call up to Concord, you can email them, and they are always there to help you. And kindergarten friends, these are the ladies who are in the front office. So when you come in, then you will be able to see them. Okay, these are our counselors at our school, and they help out kiddos when they're feeling sad or if they have some troubles regulating their feelings, and they always are there for us. They also do lessons in the classroom. So the first friend is Mrs. Gina Niebuhr, and she'll be our kindergarten counselor. So she's the one that's going to work with you all the way to 5th grade. Our counselors are staying with our kiddos now. And then Mrs. Rachel Herman, and she works with grades 1, 3, and 5 next year. And then each year they'll kind of travel with the kiddos. That way you'll really get to know them. And parents, they are there for you if you're ever in need of support of any kind or looking for ideas. They're there for all of us to help us. All right, let's go in now to a little bit of the schedule and what a day might look like when you come to kindergarten. These are some of the things that you'll be doing. And we have one of our teachers is going to tell us about that, Miss Madrid.
Oh, no,
I'm sorry, Miss Schoeffel.
I think it's going to be me. So, hi, kindergarten friends and families. My name's Elise Schoeffel. I'm so excited to see some of you guys. So this is just an example kind of what our day in kindergarten would look like. We kind of keep most of the literacy block, like, reading and writing and phonics. We kind of keep those for the most part in the morning with a recess, of course. We break our day up in the middle with lunch, recess again. And then in the afternoon, that's when we have math and science and social studies. You'll see where it says block class. That's going to be our music and art and PE. It kind of, just depends on what we go to each day, but usually we'll have PE like a couple times, 2 or 3 times a week. And then we'll have music once a week and art once a week. You'll get to meet all those awesome teachers. And then we end our day at the end of the day, which you can see some of these pictures with some free choice time with different centers in all of our classrooms where you get to hang out with your friends and play and all that fun stuff.
And you'll notice Ms. Schoeffel said a lot of time for recess, and that's because we found that our kindergarten children love to play outside and get to know their new friends and have lots of energy. So we like to let them get that energy out by going outside. All right, now let's talk about reading.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mrs. Madrid, and I'm so excited to meet you all. And this year, we are or when you start kindergarten, we are going to learn lots about reading. So we'll start with letters and sounds, and then we'll learn words that we see a lot in books, like the and like. And then we'll also move into maybe sounding out some small words. So it's really amazing. By the end of kindergarten, every kiddo is reading at some level. So it's going to be a great time.
All right, another fun thing that kindergarten children get to do is work on math. And I think Mrs. Kiersey is going to tell us about that.
Yes, hello, kindergarten. Welcome, welcome. Math is such a fun part of our day. We typically start at the beginning of the year with numbers 0 through 10, a lot of subitizing. You can see we do a lot with manipulatives and different centers. This gets things hands-on so we can really get that number sense embedded into our brains. And then we'll move on to teen numbers and addition and subtraction, all kinds of fun things with lots of different math manipulative games. And we use an app that my class loves, and it's called Dreambox. So that's something that we incorporate into our day also.
Awesome. And then you will notice here we have some kindergarten writers. Look at these authors. It's amazing to see the growth from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. And you can see here how happy they are writing. The children, I mean, we have kiddos who come in, they might not even know their letters. And then by the end of the school year, they're writing sentences, they're illustrating their books. And so we have so much fun working in what's called Writer's Workshop, where the teacher does a little lesson and then they work on writing their different stories about their lives and different activities that they do. And they also do journaling in kindergarten. So every day they're writing. And we told you about recess, and that is a really fun time where kids get to go out and play and meet their classmates. And we have 2 different playgrounds at Concord. This is one that's special. It's right outside the kindergarten rooms. And so we use that one. And then there's our big playground. And we encourage you to feel free, come up over the summer if you'd like, just to play on the playground if you've never seen our campus. And we'll also have a play date. Okay, and I think that when going over the schedule, Mrs. Schofel mentioned that there are 3 different blocks that the kids go to, and one of those is art class. And so this is Mrs. Getty. She's the art teacher, and sometimes the children call her Miss Spaghetti because it kind of sounds like Getty. So you'll remember that little trick. And then they have different centers that they work at also in the art room. The second block that the kids absolutely love is music. And we're very excited about all of the wonderful instruments that we have at Concord. Mrs. Creech, for those of you who are families that have known our music program for a while, Mrs. Creech is actually retiring this year. And we have a new teacher, and her name is Mrs. Calza. And she's going to be you're just going to love coming to music class. And then the third block class is physical education. And those teachers are Mr. Lose and Miss Hecht. And here is our lovely gym. We also have different assemblies in the gym where we gather as a whole group and the children come and we have different topics. Now, we haven't done that this year because of COVID, but hopefully next year we'll resume all of our regular activities. The gym is also used for different programs during the evening. So like there's basketball and volleyball and different things that happen in our gym as well. And each of those block classes will last 50 minutes, 50. And that allows for a little time in the day where the teachers have for plan time, and then the children get those extra activities. All right, let's see. Next, we have one of my most favorite places in a school, which is our library. And this is a place where we have books for everyone. And even if you don't know how to read yet, that's okay. You get to come here and pick out books and you can take them home and you can read them with your families at home. And the teachers also let you read them at school. And so any kind of book you can imagine, we have it in our library. And we also have lots of other really cool things in our library, like Legos and robotics and all kinds of awesome different technology pieces that the kids can use. And this person is, some of you may recognize her. Her name is Miss Lindsay Calcaterra, and she is actually one of our first grade teachers this year. But next year, she will be your librarian. And I think you're going to love having her when you get to go to the library. And I'll also say you get to go to the library once a week in kindergarten. So is that right, everyone? Yes, I hope. No, maybe two, every other week. Well, you for sure get to go there and have a good time. All right. One of the most important things on the first day of school is that we make sure everybody gets fed because that's important to eat. And we want to make sure they get home to you. And you're probably saying, well, that's not very much, but believe me, it'll take us a good amount of the day to get that in and make sure that the children know the routines. So every day when the kids come to school, everybody has an opportunity to eat breakfast. So even if you had breakfast at home and you want to grab a second one or you forget your breakfast, we have you covered. We also are very excited to let you know that our breakfast and lunch program is going to be free again next year. So you don't have to pay for any of the food. So it's really nice if you want to take advantage of that. The children will also eat lunch in here. Now, this is not typically how we have our cafeteria set up, but next year, all the children will be eating in the lunchroom for lunch. And how it works for kindergarten is they'll have lunch and then they'll have a little recess attached to that. So they're right back to back with each other. You can also bring your lunch if you'd like. And families, I know the kindergarten teachers, and we'll remind you of all these details because it's a lot to take in, but they really like it on the first few days if you bring your lunch because it's a whole new experience eating in that cafeteria and opening containers and getting things out. So that's just a little kindergartner pro tip there. All right, now, like I said, the other thing we want to do is make sure your kiddo gets home. Obviously, when they arrive at school, we're all going to be in a shirt that is the same shirt. So there's lots of people to help get your kiddo into school. And then at the end of the day, there's typically 3 ways that the kiddos go home. One is the parent drop-off line. And we have this little Pick My Kid symbol there as a reminder. That's an app that we use, and we'll get you all set up with that. But we use that app if you come through our drive-through line. So many times parents maybe need to get their kiddo for whatever reason and not have them ride the bus. And so we use this app and then we bring them out to you in your car. Another option is obviously we have the bus. If you are within 0.5 miles of the school, they don't provide bus transportation. So a lot of the kids in the close by neighborhoods will walk together. So if you know anyone, maybe develop those partnerships over the summer. And then our third option is Flyers Club, and that's a morning and after school program. You do have to sign up for it. However, this year it was free, but I don't know part of it, but I don't know what they're going to do as far as cost for that. But if you're interested, that is on the website and it's called Flyers Club. All right, I'm going to pause right now and I'm going to give the floor over to our parent teacher group. They wanted to kind of introduce themselves and I'll tell you a little bit about our fun programs that we have at Concord. Okay, Ms. Schemberger, you're muted still, sorry. I don't know if I can unmute you. Oh, there's Miss Cook. All right, Mackie Cook.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. We're
Technical
putting you on the spot today.
Technical difficulties. So Kara and I just wanted to get on here and welcome you all to Concord. We are part of the parent-teacher group on the board. Kara is our current president, and I will be president starting next year. So we just both wanted to come on and say hello. The parent-teacher group is basically if you're a member, if you have a student at our school, you are in the group. So we welcome everybody to come and join in all the things that we do. The more volunteers we have, the better. I wanted to go over some of the things that we do. We do typically a couple fundraisers every year. And with that money through the fundraisers, we will fund things like family activities. You can see some of the pictures here. We'll do a fun trunk or treat. We do other family activities like family bingo, family trivia, and a couple other things throughout the year. We also love to support our great teachers and staff here at the school. So we provide budgets for all the teachers to purchase school supplies and anything else that they need throughout the year. We love to support all of them in any way that we can. We also will help run class parties. We'll help coordinate that with the volunteers. We do fifth grade party and all the activities around there. The yearbook is kind of run through our group, as well as any kind of community outreach. We have a wonderful program that you'll learn more about next year called Helping Hands. Usually happens around the holidays, and we love to support our families in need in our school community. So we'll do the giving tree and some other fun activities around there to raise money, and it's a great program that hopefully you'll all be excited to participate in. So that's pretty much the gist of the PTG. We meet monthly as a board, and then we have, I think are we doing 3 quarterly meetings where we invite the entire community just to talk about what's going on. Sometimes we have special speakers and guests and things like that. So be looking for that. We'd love to have as many of you in attendance as possible. And then the final thing I wanted to talk about, Angie, if you can go to the next slide. Our next event is this. It's really fun. I'm really excited about it. And we definitely wanted to extend an invitation to all of our incoming kindergarten students. So we're going to be doing a kickoff to the summer at the Drive-In Movie Theater over in Belleville. It's June 2nd. It was included in Angie's email to all of us. Tickets are on sale now. They're $40 right now. To the early bird price, it will be going up to $50 after May 14th. I encourage you all to come if you can, just because the gates open at 6:30. And I think a lot of us are planning to go out, have dinner with our families, kind of socialize a little bit, get to know everyone. And then when the sun goes down, they're going to start playing hook. I know it's a bit late because we have to wait for the sun to go down in the summer, but I still encourage you because there'll be a lot of socializing in the beginning that we'd love to have you there for. If you have any questions, please reach out to us, but you should be able to click on the link in Angie's email and get to the tickets if you can join us. I think that's it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
You did a great job as our new host there. Sorry, Karen, things weren't working. All right. Speaking of upcoming events, we want to invite you for some summer play dates on the Concord playground. And if you want to jot these down, I'll also send lots of reminders. But our first one is going to be on June 28th at 6 p.m. And then the second one will be July 22nd at 9 a.m. And we always plan these. Sometimes we have to cancel because of the weather. It gets a little bit too warm. But these are just a great opportunity if you want to bring, at the evening one, bring dinner up with your family and hang out on the playground just to get to know some some other kiddos and other adults, because you will be including the parents developing some lifelong friends here at Concord. All right, I'll also, before I do the questions, I'm going to pause, and just as a reminder, I know many of you have signed up for the kindergarten screening, but that's another opportunity to kind of get to know a kindergarten teacher and let your child, the teacher have some eyes on your child so that we can get to know them just a little bit as we're thinking about class placements and whatnot during the summer. So at this time, I am going to stop my screen share, and now we should be able to see each other's faces. And parents, if you have any questions, now is the perfect time to ask those. And if I don't know the answer, I'll be happy to find them for you. You can put them in the chat at the bottom, or you can just unmute yourself and ask away. Don't be shy. This is your opportunity.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
So this year, will parents be allowed to come inside with their kindergartners on the first day of school?
So that's a great question. You're probably going to ask a lot of things that I'm going to say I don't know, and I want you to know, have confidence in me that normally I do know the answer, but because we are just so fluid, I don't know the answer yet. I will tell you how it worked this year was very amazing. We had people out front just helping all of the kindergartner kiddos in the first day. Kindergarten teachers, do you want to share anything? Was there anything special that you were able to do that first day of school to kind of ease their minds? We didn't use the back patio, did we?
No, I think a lot of us, we did a little story time with our class over Zoom so that the kids could see us, since they weren't able to come into the building prior to the first day of school. So,
and honestly, I know that's your most nervous thing, having those kiddos leave your sight that first day, but I promise you, knock on wood, we have gotten them all where they need to be, and it works out beautifully, even if you are not coming into the building.
and I know it. Oh, and as of right now, I believe we are having our kindergarten orientation in person. So so the parents and kiddos, you'll get to see us a few days before the first day of school.
But knowing that this is all fluid, because you just never know, I say something and then things may change. So just know that we'll be flexible with that. We have some questions in the chat, and so I'd like to answer those. It looks like, do you have nap or rest time? I didn't see that in the daily schedule. And so how the kindergarten teachers do that is they start off with just a little bit of like downtime during the day, where they turn the lights low, and they just, it is hard for the kiddos to adjust because some of them may be used to taking a nap all day. So they provide an opportunity for them to just kind of relax a little bit. And that goes on for several weeks when they first start, and there's time for them to read books if they don't take a nap. So that's there. And then, what kind of social emotional learning lessons and programs does kindergarten focus on? We use one of the pieces of curriculum that we use is it's a program called Second Steps. And then we also focus on zones of regulation. And so what our goal is to really teach kids to identify their feelings, and then so name them, and then be able to come up with a way to appropriately handle those feelings. And so we have our counselors come in, and if they do lessons regularly, and if there's any kiddos who are struggling, they're able to. Your kiddos are just so cute. I mean, they're all just waving, and it is really precious. Just have to let you all know that. Kindergarten teachers, feel free to jump in if there's anything else you want to add. Okay, so Pick My Kid is only used, well, I shouldn't say only. So it's used for how you are going to dismiss. So if, let's say your child normally is a car rider, and then suddenly today they're going to be taking the bus home, you can use Pick My Kid to change their plan. But it is not used necessarily for when you're dismissing for Flyers Club. They kind of run their own program, and they help you with that. This year, because parents are not allowed, they bring the kids to you out in the front. Okay, there's a question asking about the upcoming assessment. So I'm going to put Jean on the spot because she actually worked on kind of developing that with the other kindergarten teachers across the district. So could you tell a little bit about what that experience might look like?
Sure, sure. So the purpose of it is just to, get to know your child a little bit. We developed an assessment just to kind of see what your child can do. There's some motor questions that we're going to ask, just some jumping and balance, and then we're going to do some fine motor where the kiddos will have a chance to draw a picture and cutting, and then we'll do some kind of language questions to see if they can understand, some problem solving, and then from there we're just going to test shapes and letters. It's not anything we're going to just use it just to get to know your child better. It's not like, oh, they have to know this or that. It gives us a better idea of the kiddos, and then we just get to see them and meet them so they know another familiar face before they start school.
In thinking about who the children's teacher will be, we typically get that information to you in very early August. I think that it has to be in our system this year a little bit earlier. So hoping that the morning, I'm reading the next question, sorry, that hoping early August is when we'll have that to you. E-hour, I don't know the answer to that yet. I hope so as well, that it will be continued. So for those of you who are not aware, we had basically from 7:30 to 8:30 was free this year, and then 3:30 to 4:30 was free for Flyers Club. But I don't know if they're extending that into next year. What other questions might you have? Okay, well, friends, this is a very exciting journey, and we're so glad that you are joining us on it. Parents, I know if this is your first kiddo entering kindergarten, that it can feel a little bit, it's exciting, but also a little nerve-wracking. But just know that you are in such a wonderful place, and we could not be blessed with more amazing kindergarten teachers who are just gonna hold your hand and walk you through it and share the journey right along with you. So we're very excited for all of you, and we cannot wait to meet you in June. And if you think of anything you want to know, you can email me, kindergarten friends. You can have your parents write an email to me, and I'll be happy to write back if you have any questions or want to know anything. So, all right, let's thank you all. It's going to be an awesome year next year. All right. Bye. Have a good rest of the May.